I was seeing also reptilians in my room, so none of them were so good. So I went through a lot of panic attacks with that. I was remembering
Oh
all the way back
no.
to Atlantis.
I'm here with Sharon Kumara, and we just finished her NDE interview, and apparently she's had a lot of extraterrestrial experiences. So I'd like to add this to amazing extra alien stories, is what I call it. So if you could just jump in, because the first thing you said was that there were three grays that kind of helped you during the traumatic times in your childhood. So can you kind of go into that a little bit?
Yes, as I was remembering the abuse that was going on as I was a child, all of a sudden I started seeing these three grays, little gray beings showing up for me, and they would put the person in a some kind of paralyzed stasis while they took me and healed my body, or took me, and I was in a catatonic. I always went catatonic, and they would take me sometimes to a ship, or they would take care of me right there, usually on a ship. So I was seeing these little gray beings, and I didn't know anything about extraterrestrials at the time when I was in my meditations and seeing all these experiences back in 2001, 2002, or along there. And then as I began integrating all those experiences, I was having experiences with others, other extraterrestrials. And I was seeing also reptilians in my room, so none of them were so good. So I went through a lot of panic attacks with that. I was remembering
Oh
all the way
no.
back to Atlantis, to the Lyran Wars and things like that, and being part of some space programs. So those were coming to the forefront, and I've had contact, real time contact in the last few years with benevolent beings. So there was benevolence watching over
Very
for
good.
me, on me, my star family, and things like that. I was getting reacquainted with my star family, and I did, how do I say this? I did have memories of being part of a hybrid program. Those started coming to my memory, to the forefront of my memories, things like that. Being taken on ships and seeing, I've recently seen my granddaughter, and my daughter was part of the program, and I was on a ship with my granddaughter, and I met my son-in-law that's on the ships. He's half human, he's a hybrid. My daughter's
Okay.
a hybrid. My granddaughter is a three-way hybrid, I guess you could say.
A
Yeah,
quarter.
so yeah. Right.
A
And
hybrid of what? Because like as you're saying, there's different, species
right.
and so you mean the grays or something else?
Well, my daughter, I do believe is a hybrid of the gray type of being,
Mm,
human, and then a gray type. Um,
mm,
and but I believe that and what I got, information I got from her was my granddaughter, she had pointy ears, and uh, she looked like my daughter, except she had pointy ears.
mm.
And she was showing me. I said, "How? What can my granddaughter do to show me what she does?" And she was able to teleport, or not teleport. I'm
Oh,
sorry, but
levitate.
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 Thank you. And she was showing
Wow.
me that. She was about 6 years old when this memory. And a couple of days later, a being shows up in my room with these pointed ears, and he was dressed in like a monk type outfit, and like a Merlin hat with folded
Yeah,
over
yeah.
type of thing.
Mm.
And he telecommunicated with me telepathically that he was my daughter's mate, and that my granddaughter was he's my son-in-law.
Oh, okay. So that's why she had the pointy ears. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And I got more information in a hypnosis session that he was, that she, my granddaughter, was a part of that line to help with, um, because he was like an mm, elemental type being.
Oh,
He's,
okay.
I don't know, he's very wise. I got this
Mhm.
huge wisdom from him and very loving. And after when he communicated with me, I just started crying because I felt so much love from him and so much connection with him. So she has in her DNA the ability to help with seeding planets and taking care of planets, whether it be Earth or other, I don't know. And
Mm,
so she got that from him, and then she got the telepathic and the abilities from the gray type beings and the humanity from me. Uh,
mm.
so she's quite the mixture.
Wow. And so I'm assuming she living on another planet or on a spaceship, like a
Well, we
mothership.
were having that conversation on the ship. It was on a ship or underground. I don't know. I believe it was on. It felt like on a ship,
Mm,
like a mothership,
yeah.
and I was sitting there with other people, humans, and we were talking about bringing her on Earth. You think she'd be able to go on Earth? You think it's time for that? Is it time?
Just put
Like
some earmuffs. She'll be fine.
yeah, it's like we're like, I don't know. We can hardly take care of, handle each other, unfortunately, right? What's different within us. But we were having those kinds of conversations at
Yeah.
that time. This was last year.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
But wow. Okay. So because I told you I had an experience kind of recently with tall white grays. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. And for me, I thought it was all kind of negative. And there's people out there who believe that, who just when they think grays, they just think no, 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 no.
Mhm.
So from your experience, 'cause I think we maybe spoke about this a little bit before. You said that out of the same way all people are not, no matter if they're just of a particular culture or race or whatever, doesn't mean that they're all bad. It's the same for aliens. Like you were just saying that there's different groups and it's different people who have free will, so or beings have free will. So is that how you kind of see it, that some people did
Yeah.
have? Yeah.
Yeah, I do see it that way, and I understand it because I've seen lots of different beings in the last 2, 3 years. Because I've asked them, okay, I want to see you more real time. I want to see you real time. These because I would faint dead away because of my trauma.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, I do believe that every species has the good and the bad, as well as and you, I mean, reptilian, just like reptilians, the Draco reptilians, um they, I believe that they are. I mean, I don't know that much about them except for my own experience and what I've learned a little bit from people like Elena Denon and stuff, or other secret space program people and people who share their experiences. But I believe that there may be a unique breed where that that species, the Draco, are different, and it would be maybe we'd be hard pressed to find a peaceful
Loving.
type of
Peaceful.
Draco. Yeah,
Yeah.
a benevolent Draco. I may be wrong. I don't know,
Yeah.
but
Well, I mean, I've heard people, I mean, I personally, like I said, for the Greys and the reptilians, I just in general just assume that if I come in contact, I should probably start running. But I've heard people who say that there are reptilian type beings that are not, like you said, not Draco, that are positive, that have decided,
yes,
no, we don't feel that way. Um, and to your knowledge, are the Dracos on this planet? Are they the ones that are like underground when people were talking about the reptilians, or is it that something else?
yeah. The Dracos are the ones that I'm talking about that were underground. I don't believe they're here anymore, though. Do believe that they've been kicked off the planet and actually kicked off the moon and Mars. So I believe that they've been taken out of the system with the Galactic Federation. I did have a very profound experience where I was shown that I do work with the Federation. I I asked, okay, what star beings am I working with now? And there's this gentleman that shows up in my meditation right in front of me, just clear as day, clearer than I
Mm,
see you. And he's wearing a uniform and he has a red helmet on, and it's close to his head. And he's just sitting there with his hands on a console or a desk looking at me. And I'm like, okay, well, that's all right. That's what I'm working with. He's an older gentleman. And I don't know, a month later, and he has an insignia right here. It's a blue uniform and the brown shoulder things.
Mm.
And this one lady that I follow, Elena Denon, because she confirms a lot of my experiences afterwards. I come across her channel, and she has drawings of a contact that she works with in the Galactic Federation of Worlds. And she draws him, she's an artist, and he's wearing the exact freaking uniform that this man was
Wow.
wearing when he appeared to me, in
Mm.
the same insignia. So I do trust a lot of her information. And she's confirmed so many of my experiences. But anyway, I feel in my heart, and when I do check in with my guidance about things that other people, I hear from other people, and that I do believe the reptilians are no longer in our galaxy.
Mhm. And I guess that would make sense if we're actually ascending. Hopefully that's happening.
The
That
Draco
if
reptilian, yes,
yeah,
yes,
if we're ascending, then a lot of these negative energies would have to be move off world anyway. They just couldn't be in the same energy, you know. Like I said, makes
right,
sense. Yeah.
yeah,
And also, I mean, it also makes you wonder, is that why? Because it kind of feels like there is an energy, not even saying energy, but a group or the desire to push mankind backwards with a lot of the wars that are kind of jumping out of nowhere, you know, or popping out of nowhere, right? It kind of feels like there's like it's almost like and it's almost being done desperately. Like they feel as if, oh boy, we can't let this go move forward. We got to stop this, you know.
yeah,
So
totally. The minions,
yeah, something's trying to stop us.
the minions from whatever you want to call it, the satanic world, or that realm, or whatever we want to
Yeah,
call it, the dark side, like
the dark
Star Wars.
side.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. And so okay, so you said you were part of a hybrid program. Do you feel like you had done this, like this was a free will thing, or that you were forced into it? Do you feel like it was something that you planned prior to coming here?
Yeah, I believe I planned it in order to be I was told by my guidance once that I'm their spy, that they are able to see into this world, whatever world I enter into, through me. That the star beings that our star families or star beings that we work with weren't able to infiltrate. We had to be the reincarnate into the system in order for them to see inside these programs and inside whatever was going on here. And so I agreed to do that and be part of these programs with torture and abuse and stuff like that, and going in there into it firsthand in order for them to see what's going on. And then not long, 2 or 3 years after they told me that, I saw an interview with a gentleman who said the exact same thing that my guidance told me, that he was part of that program. So
Hmm.
yeah, I do believe I agree with that. I believe we all agree with it in some way. Some people say no, you're forced, but it feels like we're being forced when we're here, maybe because
Yeah,
and there may be some beings that don't mm, that go against our free will, of course. But there's got to be some kind of grand plan that we're playing with. I don't know, that we're in.
yeah. Wow, yeah. I mean, so I've heard that before that I've heard a lot of out there kind of things, but there was a person who had an experience with I think it was the Greys, and they said that for whatever reason, like people with I think they said blue eyes or something, like they were able to kind of see through them a little easier. It was just random kind of thing
Really?
I was watching. Yeah, but just
Oh,
saying that because they were hybrid, because they were partly them kind of like family, it kind of there's certain rules and regulations, and then there's certain ways to kind of get around them, like loopholes. So, the hybrid program apparently is that loophole. It allows these beings who are not really part of, I guess, maybe this world to kind of get in because they can now, they have family. It's like the family
yeah,
pass, you know.
right.
But you're saying is you were infiltrating or being a spy for these dark programs, these like torture and trafficking. Is that what you're saying? Or
Not for them, but to go in, infiltrate them
so that you could see, like be a witness.
so that they could see through me and experience through me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, and I've heard that just on a spiritual way. I mean, that might be where Jehovah Witness comes from, but I've heard that because some people wonder like, why is my life so hard and this is not whatever. So I mean, you have karma, you have past life karma, you have plans or things that you wanted to learn. Maybe you wanted to learn some tough lessons, but then they also I've heard people who say that they are literally a witness, like because there are going to be beings that do these horrible things, that there are some people who sign up to just be the witness, to be the eyes, so that you know it can happen and they can witness what's going on, which
Hmm.
is hard for some people to understand or wrap their head around. But that is
Right.
one of the possibilities, I think. So yeah.
Yeah, when you think about it, I mean, we have even in, in military, the military do it. They go into situations undercover, right?
Undercover, yeah. Yeah.
In really tough situations, in human trafficking and stuff like that or whatever. This is just on
Mhm.
a different level.
Wow. Okay. All right. And so
Yeah.
is there anything else you'd like to share about your extraterrestrial experiences that you can think of?
Oh, I mean, there's so much, but yeah,
But it's in your book. It's in your book that's coming
it's
out.
some of it is. I'm writing another book about just that.
Okay, good,
Yeah.
good, good. Okay. Because this is all right. So I'll make sure I put up because I'll have the name and everything, especially when it really comes out and you have the cover. I'll just post it up here so that people can see it. They can take a look and they can dive into all these stories.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's neat.
Okay.
The way you're
All
doing
right.
it. Yeah, your channel. And I'd love
Okay.
to have you on my channel sometime if you'd be willing to
Yes. I mean,
share your journey.
I don't know how much. I mean, I have these very random things that happen. Like I said, the white grays that came, and I was just like, "What are you doing here? Get out!" And I have some experiences that I don't tell people because they just are that weird. Like they are just like off the charts weird. I can't even.
Believe me, there's nothing weird to me.
Yeah, you've been through a lot, but I'm like, I don't even know how to like express what really happened. It's just very odd. And I feel like for me, like I like your story because I feel like first of that I've had an NDE as a child. I feel like I did, and I'm just waiting for that day for it to come back. Because that happens for a lot of people where it's just like you weren't ready for it and
Right.
it'll fly back. And I had definite trauma, like severe, like I mean, like let's just say I've had traumatic experiences as a child, and I too have blocked out a lot of my childhood. So again,
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
waiting, and I've had out of body. That's why I can even have these conversations because I've been out of my body looking at it, saying, "Oh, okay, well, what's that?" I'm
Right.
not that.
Yeah.
So
So
that's why
yeah,
I understand that I can understand better than the average person that these are completely possible, and I always had one foot here and one foot elsewhere.
right. So you're one of the envoys, someone who
Yes,
comes in the system and infiltrates.
yes, and then get out. But
Right.
yes,
All
but
right. Well, thank
I,
you.
yes, thank you so much for your time. Like and we're doing
Thank
it
you.
right on
All
time.
right. All right. Well, thank you so much. This was awesome. And hopefully we can connect again.
Yes, definitely. Thank you,
Okay.
Sharon.
All
Have
right.
a good
Thank
one.
you. All right, Haji. All right. Bye-bye.